Hello guys, my name is Tanisha Head and I will be presenting my case study to you today. Here is my Prezi presentation that I'm about to begin. So it is called Student Case Study. And first let's go ahead and go on to the background and history of my student. I chose this picture because this is a picture of the elementary school in which I am teaching at. And here is a picture of a child similar to the one that we will be discussing here. So let's first go to family background. The student in this case is going to be Tommy. So Tommy is a male 4th grade student who is 10 years old. He lives in Washington, D.C., and he has 2 older brothers and 1 younger sister who all live in the same apartment as his mom and dad. Okay, he does have a 504 plan that was established last year with his 3rd grade teacher. And his older siblings who have now left the school did have a bad behavior reputation. His father is currently unemployed and his mother works at night. I am not sure what kind of business that his mom is in. And basically his family is a working class family of low socioeconomic status. Okay. As far as his school and academic history, he has attended Orr Elementary since pre-K. He has a poor GPA, averaging about a 1.0. His absences last year in the 3rd grade were at 7 total. This year so far, we're already at 4. His tardies were at 10 last year, and this year they are already at 7. He had 2 suspensions total last year, and we have already had 1 suspension this year. He had 6 detentions previously and 4 this year already. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay, so he has had 4. Yes, so as far as his iReady exam, that is the diagnostic test that we use at our school to determine if our students are on grade level where they should be for that particular subject. In math, he is scoring at a level 1. And in reading, he is scoring at a level 1 as well. This was the beginning of the year exam, and that means he is reading and doing math at a 1st grade level in the 4th grade. Okay, I completed a chart to kind of detail the iReady math data because I am his math teacher. Here, this chart displays that he has 2 domains where he is on a level 2. That is numbers and operations and algebra and algebraic thinking. And then he has 2 domains where he has scored a level 1, which are measurement and data and geometry. So he is more than 2 grade levels behind in every operation for math this year. And as far as his school Orr Elementary, where he's been going since pre-K, Orr Elementary is a elementary school serving grades pre-K 3 through 5. It's located in South Washington, Southeast Washington, D.C., an urban area known for high crime and high drug use as well, or is a Title I school with a 97% African American student population. All students who attend OR are on free lunch, and 11% of its students receive special services. So that's just a little bit about the school that he's attending and what they're doing there. Okay? As far as Tommy's profile, Tommy is taken to and picked up from a school by a family member every day. He has a second grade sister that attends OR Elementary and 2 older siblings who have transitioned out. Tommy lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 of his siblings and his mom and dad. His dad often picks him up, and he is the parent of contact. He receives a verbal report on Tommy every single day when he picks him up. Sometimes he has even had to sit with him during the day. So I do know the dad pretty well. Tommy is an attention seeker, and he hasn't quite figured out how to receive positive attention. So he just uses negative behavior or inappropriate behaviors to either get the attention of the students around him or the teacher. Any attention works for him. Though Tommy has severe behavior issues, Tommy does not talk back or argue aloud when he is redirected. I have not personally received any attitude or backlash from Tommy when I give him redirections. He normally gets back on track in a timely manner, but he needs another redirection in a very short time. So that is the biggest issues that I have with him. He can be very sneaky at times. Tommy has been suspended this year for kicking my co-teacher. He has received detention for instances such as fighting and destruction of school property. He has been in several fights with other students, both male and female. Tommy is overweight and is teased, but he is a lot bigger than his other classmates. So I do not fear that he's getting bullied by any of his classmates. Tommy has great leadership abilities, but he often uses his leadership abilities to distract other students. So we're going to try to redirect that just a little bit. And he's very helpful to his peers at times. I often see him being very helpful to his peers. He participates in class with little prompting. He's always someone I can call on, and he is ready to give an answer. But one of the biggest problems is that he does not complete his classwork or turn in homework assignments. If he put forth some effort, I believe that Triani can excel academically. Tommy also has deep interest in money and guns. Some frequent behaviors. Some of Tommy's frequent behaviors are walking in late and unprepared, being out of location, distracting other students, consistently distracting other students, loud outbursts during class time. He constantly needs several prompts before he begins classwork, and he does not complete classwork. He has been caught destroying laptops, plucking the keys off the laptops. Me and my co-teacher have gone through several packs of pencils, 12 pencils plus, that have just been broken into half or into threes, that we just find them all over the classroom. He's destroyed my whiteboard that I had to make on my own because I was not provided one, with just some white paper and tape on the board. He wrote on that and destroyed that, as well as breaking chairs and different things. such as that. He also uses bad language, and he gets in fights and arguments with other students. All right, some previous interventions. Tommy's 504 plan laid out some interventions that were to be implemented. He has frequent breaks, close proximity. He is to be given frequent breaks, like during class time, in between assignments, and different things like that. He is supposed to sit close to the teacher or be in close eyesight to the teacher. He is supposed to be given leadership within the classroom, extra time to complete assignments, and a lot of cool rewards if he is able to comply with the classroom environment. So I have an action plan for Tommy. My action plan is to do a daily progress report with him. I want to have him and his parents both sign it every day. And it's going to highlight his behavior of the day, and it's going to highlight like whether he was on the scale from 1 to 4 with his behavior, or 1 to 5. And his classwork is going to either be complete, incomplete, or not done. And that's how we will track his daily progress during the classroom. They will lead to weekly rewards. Some of the rewards would be free homework passes, free time during class, small trinkets, such as like erasers, pencils, little stars, different things like that that you can get from Five Below. Movies with a teacher, and maybe even an opportunity to bring a friend. Some of the consequences for not following the classroom rules are being placed in isolation away from your group and sitting in individual seating, having no recess, exclusions from class parties. At my school, we have a VIP party at the end of the month for all our very important people who were able to do all their homework and comply with all their classroom rules and school rules. So you will be excluded from that as a consequence, as well as free time and field trips if he is unable to comply. Detention, suspension are also some possible consequences for having bad daily progress reports. Close proximal seating, and I am going to group Tommy with I lost the word, but he's not going to be grouped in like groups. I'm going to group him with students who are model students, students who complete their work, students who show good behaviors, who show self-control. So maybe that he can learn some of these traits from him and even complete some of his classwork. I'm going to also grant him frequent breaks and allow him to use a stress reliever such as like a fidget spinner or a book, listen to a song or something like that for a very short time during the class if he needs it. Extra time and timely feedback on his assignments. Because I will be allowing him frequent breaks, I will allow extra time for him to complete his assignments. And I'm also going to give him timely feedback, such as like a sticker on his classwork or a check mark or 100% or something like that, so he can know that every single classwork assignment and every single homework assignment counts towards his final grade. And Also, I'm planning to have monthly meetings with his parents. Monthly meeting with his parents to discuss his daily progress reports and other data from the class, such as his testing results and just his overall behavior, and address any questions or concerns that they may have. And I also plan to give Tommy a lot of leadership opportunities in the classroom, promoting him to be his team leader, promoting him to be the line leader, promoting him to erase the boards after class, to pick the chairs up and put them over top of the desk at the end of the day, different things like that, to give him something to do and to show his leadership skills. Tommy gets an I don't care attitude at times, and it seems like nothing will motivate him. You can remind him of his rewards. You can remind him of his consequences, and he still either shrugs his shoulders or just says, I don't care. So with me already being in constant communication with his dad, I've noticed that it has not been, his parents have not been an effective soul modifier of his behavior. So I'm wondering if the weekly reward and consequence system is good enough to keep him, to help him comply. I could consider switching his if the weekly rewards and consequences do not work, I can consider giving him daily rewards and consequences to see how well that works for him. But I would love to hear any feedback and suggestions on rewards and consequences that I can give to him just to keep him on track, because he is really a bright student. I think the biggest problem is that it's his lack of effort. So if you have any suggestions or any comments, feel free to let me know. I am welcome to them all. Thank you so much.